Ah, the 80s, a time of dubious television programming, flat-top hair and muscle-packed blockbusters. What a crazy era of strangeness, digitalization and senseless money wasting. And I loved it. And if you had some money to waste as a kid, nice parents or even just friends who let you play with their toys, you might remember one of these obscure gems. If you didn't, then sorry, I guess. Number 7. Rock Lords. If you were to gather a selection of rocks and declare yourself the ruler of those said rocks, you may well describe yourself as a rock lord, and that's exactly what this range of toys claimed to be. Although rather than ruling rocks, they were actually rocks themselves. Produced as a spin-off GoBots toy line in 1986, they lasted 3 series before finally biting the dust. Number 6. Musclemen. When you're surrounded by skin-bursting 80s action movies, then the obvious thing to do is release a range of toys focused purely on muscle. Welcome to the tiny world of Musclemen in all their variable glory. Originally known as Kinkeshi in Japan, these original figures were a range of sculpted erasers, and we actually received knockoff versions over in Europe around 1987. Number 5. Garbage Pail Kids. Although not strictly a toy, this Topps sticker collection was everywhere throughout the mid-80s, with school kids swapping, sticking and dropping them everywhere. For me, I loved the certificates on the back, which you could pass on to particular family members as and when you felt necessary. Number 4. Fluffits. If your kind of thing was a chemical in a tube that released noxious gases upon heating, then Fluffits from Tomy were your ideal toy. Apart from making you slightly high, they allowed you to create your own t-shirt designs which expanded to a foamy, fluffy 3D effect when heated with a hairdryer. Marvellous. Number 3. Boglins. Released at the tail end of the 80s by Mattel, Boglins were a variety of rubberized hand puppets available in large, small and baby sizes. As well as scrunching up their faces, you could roll their eyes and scare your siblings half to death with some strategic placement. Number 2. Pound Puppies. Slap some dogs in boxes that resemble dog houses, sew a glossy label onto one of their paws and give them all a fairly similar generic look, and you have Pound Puppies. A line of plush toys produced by Tonka from the mid-80s that won the hearts of children. Ugh, mine included. Number 1. Cool Shades. What were cooler than shades in the 80s? Nothing, that's what, absolutely nothing. So how then do we make shades even cooler? Well, you slap some brightly coloured plastic around the edges in different fruit and fast food shapes and then declare it job done. Thankfully, people quickly realised they only looked cool when you took them off, dropped them, and trod on them repeatedly until they died out. And so, that wraps up this first collection of obscure 80s toys. Join me in the future when I'll be looking at more 80s crap, along with the 70s and 90s, all in due course. If you like this video, then please subscribe for more. You can also click a video below to go to my previous back catalogue and contribute to my Patreon if you wish to upkeep the channel. In any case, thank you very much for watching and good night. Oh, also if you want to give a thumbs up, that helps tremendously.